Lord Goldsmith, given what's happened, do you now regret pursuing the injunction against the BBC?
No, I don't regret it. I mean, I think there's a lot said today about freedom of the press, and it's very important. There's a strong public interest in freedom of the press, including the media, but there's also public interest in the administration of justice. And when a senior police officer says, I believe revelation of this story at this time will impede justice because it will impede our inquiries, I think one has to listen very hard to that and take that very seriously.
That old quote has been oft-quoted today, publish and be damned. Shouldn't the basis of British law be that we do publish and then are either damned or pursued in court afterwards?
Well, I don't think so, because I think that what one can have in those circumstances is the damage done, and being pursued in court afterwards may not undo it. For example, and that wasn't quite the situation here, if a trial can't take place because it's no longer possible because of media publicity, it doesn't really help that a newspaper is punished in relation to that. I think what's important is occasionally it is right to ask the courts to decide where is the balance of public interest. The public interest in freedom of the press, the public interest in the administration of justice. The BBC allowed, rightly, it seems to me, that decision to be made by a High Court judge. And on Friday he looked at it, heard full argument, he decided that the public interest was against this being published at this stage. What subsequently happened was a newspaper then really didn't allow a judge to make that decision, because it went on, printed the story, put it out on the streets whilst the injunction was being sought, so it was all too late.
And did you have, and do you now have, a real fear that the investigation by the Metropolitan Police might be prejudiced by the decision of the media to go ahead, including the BBC?
The police are certainly continue to be concerned about what the effect has been and what will be. We'll obviously have to see what the effect is. But that just gives me the opportunity just to add this point, so it's very clear. I act to support the administration of justice. It's not the first time I've sought an injunction like this. It may even be not the last time I do so. But it's important I don't act in the interests of government, I act in the interests of justice on this occasion at the request of the Metropolitan Police.
So for those who say that there must be a separation between the independent legal role and the political role, what do you say?
Well, I don't actually recognise that I'm as political as some people say. I mean, I'm a long-term career lawyer, not a politician, and I believe my duty is to the law. That's what I have to put first, before other considerations, for example, party loyalties, and that is what I always seek to do.